You know, it definitely hasn't been lost on me that this is year 5. You know, it seems to be a milestone kind of year. I think with anything you do, entering a 5th year, it's been great thinking about where I was 5 years ago. You know, I didn't know anyone on the team. It was just getting to know everybody on the fly, getting to know the rules of the NCAA on the fly. I came from high school, so I mean, it was a massive adjustment, and so it's different heading into each season, a little more comfortable, but also trying to raise the bar as well. And then at the same time, you know, I have, you know, practically everybody's gone from when I first got here, and now the teams are all people that myself and my staff have been part of bringing in. I think, you know, we still have a couple of males who are going to run for us this fall and the spring. You know, to come from, you know, just a few years before I got here, it was basically put up some signs around campus and see who wants to run, to, you know, recruiting really high level runners from across the U.S. and, you know, getting the opportunity to take a couple to a national championship, and that being a realistic goal that we can set for some of our runners and the teams as a whole. And so, you know, it's been good to see that, but we've definitely established lots of great traditions that, you know, whether it's, you know, our team camp early in the fall, some of the trips we take, some of the workouts that we do kind of regularly every year, you know, guys and girls both look forward to and dread at the same time, but, you know, it's definitely a good bonding time for them. Just the whole structure of how the national championship is determined for cross country has changed, so it really means that common opponents have to be created from across the United States and, you know, the 8 different regions. So we just really wanted to make a meet where we were pulling teams in from everywhere. So you create, you know, you may not race a team from California, but one team might come from there. You race them, beat them, they go back and beat another team, and it counts as a couple of wins for you. It was important for me to establish a race that was for Division II only, so that we could just have a pure race, and it's really easy to disseminate those results. And had great turnout last year, great competition, and it's grown even more this year. You know, we have two NCAA regional champion teams coming in to run, and so I think that's great for the meet in the future as well. We have about 7 more teams currently that I know of than we did last year. It's going to be exciting, and, you know, almost hosting our conference meet is going to be a breeze comparatively. It's going to be half the teams, but then again, our conference is arguably at this point probably the deepest conference in cross country across the board. I mean, our women's team are ranked 5th in the preseason behind 4 teams that almost regularly go to the national championship. You know, competition is going to be insane for both of these meets, and I think that's great. We don't want to just put on a meet where, if we do have people from the school come out and watch, they're like, oh, well, I could go do that around the lake at home. We want people to come out and see some really, really tough competition. We have great freshmen coming in that I'm really excited about, and we also have guys like Brandon Laws that are coming into their own as a senior. And so just the broad range of ability and age that we have on the team is pretty exciting, and I think they could do some really good things. And in the women's team, it's definitely on the small side this year, but I think it's just a really compact, very tight, good group of girls, and I'm really expecting them to do really well and bond really well, because obviously we'll bring in a really big crowd next year, but I think that's going to establish a great core, and I expect them to have a good year. Obviously we'll miss Caroline this year, but you know, trying to get her healthy as we go, and then I still think they can do a lot of really good things. It's a pretty evenly dispersed team as far as ages and what experience and newness, so expect them all to, you know, to run really well and progress well throughout the season.